got his head up in the clouds so high. Xander's got a mouth that never knows when to quit. He'll say the wrong thing just for the hell of it. Flority's on a rant about the state of the nation, while Xander's in the corner lacking concentration. We swear like sailors cause a big commotion. Getting thrown out, it's like a life's devotion. From bars to cafes, they show us the door. But we keep on laughing, yeah, we keep asking for more. We've been banned from the bar, kicked out of the diner, but we'll just find another cause the night's getting finer. Shander is a dreamer with his head in the world. Flority's got opinions that'll make your hair curl. Tried to flirt, but it turned into a mess. She called her a lady, she heard hot mess. Farty's on his soapbox, preaching to the crowd, but all they hear is noise, cause he's way too loud. We swear like sailors, cause a big commotion. Getting thrown out, it's like a life's devotion. From bars to cafes, they show us the door. But we keep on laughing, yeah, we keep asking for more. So if you see us coming, better lock the door. Cause Xander and Farty are always looking for more. We're a whirlwind of chaos, a two-man parade. And we'll keep on rolling till a legend is made. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling till a legend is made. Kicked out of the diner, but we'll just find another cause the night's getting finer. Shander's a dreamer with his head in a whirl. Farty's got opinions that'll make your hair curl. We've been banned from the bar, kicked out of the diner, but we'll just find another cause the night's getting finer. Shander's a dreamer with his head in a whirl. Farty's got opinions that'll make your hair curl. Shander tried to flirt, but it turned into a mess. He called her a lady, she heard hot mess, didn't find her. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling till I let your hair curl. So if you see us coming, better lock the door. Cause Shonda and Farty are always looking for more. We're a whirlwind of chaos, a two-man parade. And we'll keep on rolling till our legend is made. Yeah, we'll keep on rolling.
Do stupid shit too.
Ah,
Fucking spoonmen.
Spoonmen. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. It's September 21st, and everybody's favorite, Sean Combs, got arrested this week.
Poof diddly.
Yeah, there's a reason he called himself Diddy. Did he do it? Fucking right he did.
What do you mean, Diddy?
Well, that was his nickname. It was Sean Puffy Combs, then it was Puff Daddy, then it was P. Diddy, and now it's just Sean Diddy Combs.
Well, you know, there's a yodel about Puff diddly.
Puff
Like,
Diddly.
who diddly young kiddly? Who diddly young kiddly? Who diddly young kiddly? Who diddly young kiddly? Who?
Oh my god.
Horrible,
I didn't think I had any energy to cringe, Farty. Thank you. So we're gonna do something a little different this week. We're actually gonna read the articles about shit. Are you ready, Farty? Alright. Sean, quote-unquote, Diddy Combs is due in court Tuesday on federal, I'm saying this 3 times for emphasis, sex trafficking and racketeering charges. An indictment says the music mogul engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women and other individuals. They mean kids, don't they?
Well, if they're talking about adults like abusing fucking Sheilas and shit like that, that's sort of kind of like, wasn't that the kind of fucking environment that, sort of like
They
it's kind of,
Yeah, but when they say
kind of like,
other individuals, they mean children, don't they?
well, they must do because, like I said, it wouldn't be very much of a shock if it was adults. It was kind of like, someone freaking out that you saw someone's fucking dick bulge when you went to a Rocky Horror Picture Show, kind of thing. It's like, yeah, it's like the casting couch in Hollywood. It's like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
I was just watching a thing, right, where fucking, like, I'm actually quite a fan of Denzel Washington, the individual as a person, not so much the actor.
Right.
Because he says a lot of really fucking intelligent shit. And he's doing quite a bit to try and get young people to fucking be responsible and whatnot, which is, a good mindset to have, and that should be supported. Now, fucking, but I was just watching a video like about half an hour ago where someone mentioned about Puff Diddley and these fucking parties and stuff like that, and then he goes, and fucking Denzel Washington went to one, and I thought to myself, well, the next fucking line out of your mouth should be, he took one fucking look at the joint with disgust and fucking walked out, and thankfully that was pretty much what he said next. So, fucking, it's kind of one of those things that you're not really fucking surprised.
Yeah. That's kind of a really long answer to yes, they probably mean children.
But even then too, right, with being not surprised, I mean, after the last few years of fucking, the LGBTQRS, IBM, KFC movement fucking, trying to fucking indoctrinate kids in schools and people somehow thinking that's fucking perfectly okay, and then teaching kids to chop their dicks off so their cunts up and fucking, bloody take hormones that make them sterile and all this kind of fucking shit. And then, with all the Hollywood stuff, like Corey Haim and fucking bloody, child actors coming out, using fucking funny, look, this is a Disney actor, fucking, they're 10 years old. How long before they're on their fucking back in the gutter, having a heroin overdose or something like that? Oh, 2 weeks, fucking, that kind of shit, right? And, that's kind of like, okay, Puff Daddy got done diddling kids. Rightio. So I guess tomorrow's Wednesday, is it? It's a fucking Tuesday.
Yeah.
Some celebrity done diddling kids.
Yeah, it's just
Whoopie
another day.
do.
It's another day. Combs was arrested late Monday in Manhattan, roughly 6 months after federal authorities conducted a sex trafficking investigation raid, raiding his luxurious home in Los Angeles and Miami. And then the full indictment reads, for decades, Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy, P.D., Love. Oh, they called him Love? Oh, my God. I didn't think I had enough in me for a second cringe, let alone a first cringe. And holy hell. I did not know about the love thing. Continuing on, the defendant abused, threatened, coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. Now I'm going to pause right here. This is the same man who beat the shit out of someone with a full bottle of wine, isn't it? Like a bottle of wine that had not been popped open.
I'm not sure about that, but I vaguely remember him being involved in several bits and pieces of nonsense. I think there was even one where he was in a fucking shootout in the lobby of some fucking hotel casino.
He pistol whipped someone and then he discharged his sidearm in a hotel lobby.
Like that. Yeah, something to do with a gun in the hotel lobby. Fucking, so yeah, bloody. Again, sort of not too fucking surprised that he's been arrested for being a bit of a shitbag.
Yeah. To conceal his conduct. Yeah, dude, this is Sean Combs we're talking about. There's been speculation for years that he had a hit ordered on Christopher Wallace, the rapper known as Biggie. Notorious B.I.G.
Hey, piggy, piggy, piggy.
Yeah. Um,
That's what it sounds like. Fucking that song, Hey, Biggie, Biggie, can't you see? It's like, hey, piggy, piggy.
oh my God. Um, to do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Oh my.
See, because, well,
Sean.
hang on. It might not be fucking kids, too, because it might actually be sort of like teens and young adults as well. So this is where we get into sort of grey areas of your legalities, our legalities on what's overage and underage and fucking
Yeah.
what's classed as adult and all this kind of shit.
Underage is
Like,
underage.
hey?
Underage is underage.
Not necessarily. Because underage over there is fucking an adult over here.
Yeah, but if he's
See,
fucking a 14-year-old, is a 14-year-old an adult in Australia?
No.
Yeah, so if
But
he's fucking
honestly, no one gives a
14-year-olds,
shit
then it
either.
doesn't matter.
But honestly, no one gives a shit either, because I guarantee you just about every girl got lost her virginity at 14 out here. Fucking,
Oh man,
they just know
I
did it.
lost mine when I was 13, and some 12-year-old was all like, "Hey, come hang out with me." No, I'm not saying it was like the right thing to do, but I was fucking 13. I was like a year older than the girl that wanted me to fuck. Like,
Yeah. But anyway, fucking, like, we're not even that liberal with fucking age, too. As far as we're concerned, as soon as you turn 16, you can fuck a 90-year-old if you wanted to. There's no
mm.
biggie. You're fucking legal. Off you go.
Oh, so you're legally an adult at 16 in Australia?
Well, a girl is. She's allowed
Oh,
to have a root at fucking 16.
that's
She's
weird.
not
What about
actually, like,
boys?
well, like, to sign documents and all this and fucking vote and all that, still 18 and all that kind of shit, and get a drink and whatnot. But to lose a virginity and shit like that, it sure can be 16. Yeah, blokes, it's 18. But again, most blokes are fucking doing it way earlier than that, and no one really gives two shit.
Yeah.
Um, Fucking whoopee bloody do. You know, as long as you slap a rubber on, don't get her up the duff. No one gives a flying fuck. You know,
Yeah.
don't catch venereal disease, and yeah,
Yeah.
fucking. Anyway, bloody. But no, I'm talking more like, yeah, fucking 16 to like say 25, for example. You know, taking Sheilas and then drugging them up and fucking them off, like, you know, sort of kind of like the storyline for fucking Taken, because that shit's real too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they make them a bit older and all this kind of stuff, throw them straight into prostitution. And in a lot of cases, it is more of a case of the preference, because, you know, not everybody wants to fuck the kids. Some of them want to fuck the jailbait, and some of them want to fuck the young adult.
Yeah. Um. So it goes on. Charge number 2: the defendant operated his business headquartered at various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporate entities, including Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprises, and Combs Global, collectively the Combs businesses. Corporate entities in the Combs business included among other things, record labels, a recording studio and apparel line, an alcoholic spirits business, a marketing agency, and a television network and media company. See, that's what I mean. Is like, I knew about the alcoholic spirits business because he beat the shit out of, like, his promoter or something. It was like the guy that he was working with. He beat the shit out of him in a hotel room or something, with an unopened bottle of wine that was right out of his right out of uh the 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 company that he's using to make these spirits with.
Ooh. Wine bottle or champagne bottle? Because yeah,
It was one of the two. It's not. Oh, Dester, CEOs have stepped down after Diddy getting locked up. Are Nike, Village Supermarket, TD. Oh, these are from the companies. Okay, Nike, Village Supermarket, TD Bank, AYR Wellness, Orlando Airport, Warner Music Japan, Sony Music Nashville, and 23andMe. Diddy's also been moved to suicide watch already. They're gonna Epstein him. He's gonna get Jeffrey Epstein treatment.
yeah. Because I was just thinking too, wouldn't it be interesting to see like, well, if he's fucking sex trafficking and all that kind of stuff? I'm wondering if
Oh,
he
he's
does
already
have a
got
connection.
ties to the Democrat Party. Like, we've seen.
Yeah, well,
He
I wonder if he's
hosted
got
like
ties to Epstein too. I wonder if he was one of Epstein's suppliers.
huh?
Wonder if he was one of Epstein's suppliers.
Oh, he was for sure. Like with this trafficking shit. He's
Yeah,
there's
that's
no
what I mean.
and like he was hanging out with Oprah. He was hanging out with Obama. Both who are suspected to be on the Epstein list. The client list, not the flight list. The flight list doesn't mean shit. Flight list just means they paid a dude to get a plane somewhere. And I'm not gonna hold a smoking gun to that. Like Clinton flew, um, but he also went to Epstein Island.
Well, you see, I heard from, I can't remember who it was. It was this rapper from the fucking 80s. And I can't remember exactly when this interview was done, but I think it might have been the early 2000s or somewhere in the 2010. But anyway, fucking, he was
Oh my
saying
god.
some, what?
Dester says that supposedly Sean Combs has a video of Obama sucking off pigs.
Well, fucking, anyway, this rapper was saying some conspiracy nonsense about fucking, to become rich and famous and shit like that. It's not like, any luck or anything like that.
No,
They
you sell your
basically,
soul. Quite literally.
yeah. There's some fucking cabal or something like that where they take you off and you go into this room and they'll say, right, you got to do this act and we're going to film you and all this kind of shit. And he alluded pretty much to basically you got to fuck a kid on camera, and then they hold it over you, say, right, you now our bitch, you do what we want you to do, or else this comes out.
Yeah.
So like people like fucking Jim Carrey and Tom Hanks and fucking like huge fucking actors and stuff that seem to get all like big roles and they've had massive careers and shit like that, and fucking bloody they're apparently some of them,
Yeah.
but just about everybody goes through it apparently. He was also referring mainly to the music industry as well. And like Larry was saying with that, is that with mainly the black fellas, they'll take them, they'll get them to do some gay act or something like that on camera.
Yeah. Speaking of 23andMe, as far as I know, the entire board of directors just stepped down.
Huh?
Like the entire board, and that's something I was reading. Let me double check this. Let me double check this.
Wonder why.
23andMe board of directors. 23andMe directors resign as CEO seeks to take genetic testing company private. Oh, that's what they're saying it is. They're saying they're going to make everything private, so they're getting rid of their board of directors. Huh. Yeah, something doesn't you don't just all of a sudden decide to make a company private.
Well, maybe they've lost too much value to be floated anymore.
Dester asks if didn't a lot of famous actors also have a fetus in a jar? I remember seeing that. I don't know. I've never heard anything about that, but I'm not as tuned in as and plugged in as others.
Is that fucking stuff to do with Balenciaga, where they had like pictures of fucking babies and fucking stillbirths and fucking abortions and shit? Like, you know, fucking like Madonna's got this big picture of some fucking baby getting ripped to shreds or some shit like that in the living room or something.
I don't know. I do not
Definitely.
know. So, charge 3. At all times relevant to this indictment, Sean Combs engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women and other individuals. This abuse was at all times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male
and nowadays, a lot of the time,
Hang on, Farty. We're having technical difficulties on my end. The stream is dropping in and out, so I think we're going to have to call it a day. I can't ensure stream stability. And apologies to everyone. We will try this again tomorrow.